What is going on, everybody, dude? So check it out, bro. It's been a minute, and like I've stated in a few other videos, dude, the truck's been running good. Now I got up. It's Monday, bro. It's Monday. And the only thing bad about this Monday and being at the house at 8 o'clock in the morning is that I had to miss work today. So with that, dude, the front wheel bearing went completely out on the 09 Hemi Ram, and that's what we're gonna jump into today. So I have it jacked up right now. I hadn't taken the wheels off of it, so I wanna show you the sound that I'm hearing when I rotate the wheel, and then we're gonna take a quick spin. I gotta go to the auto parts, get a wheel bearing. We'll go over the cost and everything when I get back. So with the intro out of the way, y'all sit back and relax, enjoy the content, and here we go with the wheel bearing swap. If I forgot to mention, man, it's the 2009 Hemi Ram 2-wheel drive, and it is a front wheel hub assembly is what you'll look for if you're gonna order the part, and you have to make sure it has the ABS wire. So I have it jacked up like I stated. We're on the driver's side of the truck, man. Now let's go over here. We're gonna walk over here to the passenger side real quick because I just went ahead and jacked the whole front of the truck up. Now listen, you hear that? All you hear is the brake. That's the brake pads. That's what that is. So now let's walk over here to the driver's side. Now listen. You hear that bearing rolling around in there? So when I left for work this morning, man, it was like real bad. I was like, oh my goodness. So I attempted to go, excuse me, and it got worse. So I was like, nah, let me turn around and go back. So if you don't know, I am the foreman. So I had to go to work. I had to take my son's truck, Mr. 423,300 miles, to work and line my guys out, and now I'm back home missing a day's pay to get this wheel bearing fixed. So I drove the truck yesterday and it wasn't making that noise. That's why I was like, all right, get up this morning, normal routine, take off, and man, it was grinding. So let me jump in the truck. I gotta let it down. We're gonna take a quick spin. I'll let you hear what the wheel bearing sounds like, and then I gotta go get one, man. All right, so we're in the truck. I wanted to show y'all the mileage. So we are setting at 211,195 miles, and it has been running decent. I got the issue with the radio. I just kind of live with it. So let's take this spin, put my seatbelt on. Let's take this spin around the neighborhood real quick, and y'all can hear what this bearing sounded like, dude. I was amazed at first for it to not make the noise it made yesterday while I was driving it. So here we go, man. Like I can already feel it in the gas pedal, like brr, 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 it's just grinding. And I don't want to go far because I don't want to take the chance. I'll tell you what, we'll go the other way, turn around down here. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I can feel it. Let's see if I roll the windows up. Just hang tight, man. We're gonna get a shot of this. You hear that? So that's what I heard this morning, man. And it was way worse. That bearing was really cold this morning. We got us a little cold front. So it's a little cool this morning. 57 is what it is right now, and it's 8:30 in the morning. Now, I'm gonna give y'all one more shot once we hit the longer road so you can really hear it. But I'm not gonna drive it any further. We're gonna take Mr. 423,000 miles to the auto parts. Really get going here. Y'all hear that? That roar? It's kind of like. So we made it back, dude. We went to the auto parts. We drove Mr. 423,000 miles. Man, we're gonna have to do a video on that. It still runs good, but I've noticed a couple things. You gotta understand, it's my son's truck and I don't drive it. Now that the wheel bearing's out on the 09, I had to take it because if I lock that wheel bearing up, then, you know, that's bad news bears. So I wanted to go over the price. I still gotta jack the truck up, get the wheel off, all that good stuff. Now, I went with the Precision hub assembly, right? They had the Master Pro, which was a little bit cheaper, but I've used a Precision before and it's a better bearing, right? And it's worth the extra money. So this is what you got, and you have to make sure, wow, that thing's got some weight on it. It's actually a really nice, I like that black on it. I think it's real nice. But what I wanted to show you is that you want to make sure that you get the wire, the one with the wire. You need the ABS wire on it. Don't, because they sell one without the wire, and you do not want that one. These trucks have the front ABS wire assembly with it, so make sure you get that one. Now the price was $272 out the door. You can get it cheaper, probably through Rock Auto or something of that nature, but I needed one right now. So with that, I'm gonna jack this truck up, get the wheel off. We're gonna run through this process, get this wheel bearing changed, and then that'll be that. So as you've seen, man, you wanna, one of the worst things about this place, or not the worst thing, but a bad thing, is I have no concrete for my jack or my jack stands, and I gotta drag these boards around. But that's neither here nor there. But you do wanna put a jack stand. I put it right underneath my shock, and I'm also gonna keep my jack underneath there for a precaution. So the first thing you want to do is you want to chalk your wheels, boom, like that, on the side you're going to jack up, which is the driver's side for us. And then you want to get the weight of the truck on the jack, and then you want to break your wheel loose, right? Because it free spins. You don't want to take it off, you just want to get it loose to where you can loosen the lug nuts up once you jack it up and get your jack stand underneath there. Now it might take you a couple of tries to get it to set down right where you want it. Just work with it and be patient. Now I'm gonna finish ripping this wheel off. Here's your ABS cable, and this is what I'm saying. You have to make sure it comes with your wheel bearing. If it doesn't come, you didn't get the right one. So let me grab some tools. I just kind of wanted to show y'all this cable here, man. I mean, and the plug is right up here. Let's see if we can Your plug is right here actually. You take this and you push it out. Once you work it out of there, well, like so, there's your plug. Little lock pin, push tab, unplug it. It should come with your new wheel bearing. So we're gonna jump into it. First things first, listen. You hear that? That's not normal. So it's a 21 for your brake caliper bolt. That's where we're gonna start. They're tight. So we brought that old hammer. We're gonna get these off. We're gonna pull this off, put it up top up here, get it out of the way. We already used a screwdriver, right, to decompress our pad some right here. So, you know, it'll spin and it'll come off easy. There's no lip on the rotor, so we don't really have to worry about that. If y'all seen my last video, you know that we sanded all that down and made a showing with that. So now before I get too crazy, I do have to disconnect my battery because I'm gonna undo this plug, and it's always good practice. Come on, baby. There's one. Get this top one here. We're just gonna take the whole caliper mounting bracket and everything off. We're not gonna take it apart. I really don't see the need. So once you get your two 21 millimeters out, you just pull your caliper off, set it up top up here. Your rotor will come right off, see? And once your rotor's off of there, I mean, you're there, listen. Now I am gonna state something because I did say that I was amazed at the sound of it. So last night when I went and picked my wife up from her sister's house, I did hear a roaring. As a matter of fact, we were having a conversation and she was wondering why it seemed like I wasn't listening to her. But the fact of the matter, I was listening to the truck. And I heard the roar. And then when I left this morning, it was so bad, dude, that it was absolutely amazing. So I gotta disconnect the battery up top. Then we'll go through a quick process of undoing this plug. And we're gonna rip this off. If I'm not mistaken, they're 18 millimeters on the back. We'll jump into that here in just a second. All right, man, so we disconnected the negative terminal on the battery. Like I said, we have to take this plug apart. So one of the clips is holding it. You can do it two ways. You can just pull it out like that, but you still gotta get it off. So just get your flat blade screwdriver, right, and just pop it apart like that. Boom. If you think you're gonna lose it, just slide it back in there. You'll clip it back in. Now, this one here, you might need a flat blade, right? But you got to get this lock to pop up. This red piece has got to pop up. Maybe you can even go in from the back. See, like that. Once you release it, then you can push your tab in right here and your plug comes off. Remember your routing on how it goes. You don't have to take this mount off right here. You can if you want, but it does just slide out of the back like so. So with that, it's loose all the way to here, right? It is an 18 millimeter. We're gonna just slide that thing on the back and we're gonna get out our general persuasion here. And expect them to be tight. Like tight, tight. There's one. I like to break all mine loose before I start taking them all the way out. And if you're gonna use this method, keep your hand on the back of your ratchet like that so you can keep it on the bolt and you don't strip it out. That's the last thing you want to do, is strip it out. You see my hand placement here? I'm literally just keeping pressure right there. It keeps that thing from getting all wonky on there. And then once you get them loose, we'll rip them out of here. Now, one thing you do have to watch for with this bottom bolt right here is when your ratchet comes down, you hit this knuckle right here, right? So try to keep your ratchet more at this angle here, because see, when you come down, that'll cause it to come off of that bolt, and then you'll strip that bolt out and you'll be up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So we're gonna run these out. Remember which way your dust shield goes, because the wheel bearing does hold the dust shield on. You know me, I start at the bottom. I take my two bottom ones out because there's only 3, and then the top one last, so it'll hang from the top one while I'm working it out of there. The good thing is they're nice and smooth. I'm not having to fight that bolt. That's a bonus, man. I don't know if these are OEM or the way it looks. I know I changed the passenger side one a year or so ago. So there it is, 3 bolts. That comes right out of there. Like I said, I mean, if you're like me, you can tell which side goes where because the perfect indentation there. Now I need to go out to the shop in the back, get some 80 grit or some 120 grit, something like that. We're gonna clean that up. But I wanted to listen to this. That almost sounds like a ship off the Jetsons. So we got us some trusty old 80 grit. We're just gonna run it in there. We're not looking to take any metal away. We just want to clean up the surface. That 80 grit will do a fine job of cleaning that up. I mean, if you're really worried about the scratches in there, get you a finer grit, sandpaper. Nice. We're gonna kind of clean this up. Make sure there's no high spots, and then we're gonna go back with it. All right, man, so first you wanna make sure your plug is the same, which of course it is. So we left this with that nice scratched aluminum finish instead of brushed aluminum or polished. It's scratched. So the first thing you want to do, let me not get ahead of myself, we're gonna take this, and we know it goes like this right here. So we're gonna run this through. And we're gonna set this like so. Oh. Hold on. Let's drop back and punt real quick. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna set it over here, right? It gets it out of the way. And then, and only then, we're gonna set everything up in here, right? Well, we have an issue. All right, so as you've seen, we have an issue with this precision bearing, and that is that this piece right here hits. It's supposed to slide into this knuckle, but it's still too much. It hits, and it won't let this set flat. So I know the auto parts told me this was the only one they had in stock. So with that, what I'm doing, man, is I'm taking the old one off of this wheel bearing and putting it on the new wheel bearing because I didn't have any issues with the ABS, which let me know that this wire was still good. So we're gonna try to run it like that because I need the truck, well, for work tomorrow. So it came with a washer. We're going with the old one. It really looks like the same setup. So we're just gonna run it. And I know there's gonna be people out there like, why would you do that? Well, I need the truck, man. I mean, it's a part of necessity right now for me. I need it, it's necessity. So let's see what we got. See, that thing bolts up just like it's supposed to. So that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna run it just like that. Now this, we're gonna put the cable back through here. We're gonna set this back down on there. I mean, just like so. It's gonna go around like so. We're gonna set this in here so it's kind of out of the way. And then we're gonna put everything back into place. Well, let's try a different one then. You gotta try to eye it out, guys. Well, if this ain't becoming quite the chore, I think we got one. Oh yeah, baby, we got one. Oh man, hold on. Hold on, we're fading over here, guys. This is why it's important to pay attention. So we're gonna leave that bolt in, hopefully. But if you see this gasket right here, you see how it's turned out right there? Well, that's not right, so we gotta put it back in there. Because the best I know, it's a part of that sensor and spacing it properly. There we go, now we're cooking with gas. Well, come on, baby. There we go. Get us a nice little crush on there. And we're back to the races. Now, once you get two of them, I mean, you're pretty much home. All you gotta do is run them in there now. So let me finish getting this bolted up. I needed to show y'all what we had to do to get this to work. So if you go down and get one and you have an issue, swap out your wire if you're not having an ABS issue. And then once we get it all hooked up, I'll show you that we don't have an ABS light or anything on the dash. And then that'll be that, guys. So with swapping out that ABS wire, man, I wanted to show you, we put the battery back on. I do have my emergency brake on, that's why the brake light is on, but I have no ABS lights or nothing, man. And seeing as I needed it right now and I had to go with it, that's what we got into. So I'm gonna finish buttoning everything up and then we'll wrap this video up and that'll be what time it is, fellas. we went through the process, man. Sometimes things don't work out the way you wanted them to, so we dropped back and punted. We used the old wire. As you've seen in the last couple of clips, I had to unplug it again and reroute it. So I didn't do the battery, but we're gonna start it up and see what's up. Let's see. No, ABS light's gone. Brake light's gone. Let me show you. Just my seatbelt light, my TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring. So we're golden, man. So I'm glad y'all stuck around, man. Got that wheel bearing done. I'm gonna take it for a quick spin, make sure everything's good. So man, I couldn't end this video without taking y'all for a spin. We're just gonna take a little trip around the neighborhood real quick, make sure everything's good, make sure that ABS light doesn't come on. Seeing as we did switch that wire out because, well, that's what I needed to do to get it going. So far, there's no grinding or no roaring. We're gonna get it out here and see if we can't get a little bit of speed to us. Oh man, that is so smooth. Oh yeah, that's nice. So, that's how you change out the wheel bearing on a 2009 Ram 1500. Rear wheel drive or two wheel drive. I don't have the four wheel drive. I really don't see the need or necessary needs of having something like that. Even on the job sites, man, I don't go in the mud like that. So with all that, you keep living the dream, doing your thing. Like and subscribe. Always drop your boy a comment, and we rolling out, homeboy.